guys, Lane here from Maker's Lane. So I've been working on some projects for my deck. I have a 3-tiered deck. So far I've gotten my built-in seating done with some storage and some planters. I also have this fire table that I built. For this tier I think I'm done. I think I'm ready to move on to the next tier. I think I'm going to start by building a patio table. Let's get started. Alright, so the material list for this is pretty simple. I have 6 cedar boards that are 8 foot long, 8 inches wide, and 3/4 inches thick. That's all the wood I think I'm going to need for this build. The only other big material thing I have is 6 8-foot pieces of metal, and then just a piece of 1/8 inch thick sheet metal. And then I just have some 3/4 inch screws, and that's what I'm going to drill in from the bottom. All of this in total cost about $300, about $100 for the metal and about $200 for the wood. The only really special tool you need is a welder, and I have a review video. My welder's like $200. The first thing I'm going to do is plane these down to the thickness I want them, and then I will build the top square out of metal and get that all welded up. Okay, so the boards are planed to thickness. The only reason I really did that was so that all the boards are the same thickness. These boards really didn't have to go through the planer. Next thing I'm going to do is cut the metal. Now, I'm going to cut it on my chop saw. I put a grinder blade in it because I like the cuts a little bit better, and I feel like it's better than using an angle grinder. But if you don't have this, you can use an angle grinder. If you don't have that, you can use a hacksaw. So there's a lot of different options, but for me, I'm just going to use the chop saw. So yeah, let's get this cut, and then we can worry about the rest. So now that I got those cut, I can move on to start building the table. The only thing I have left is cut the sheet metal. Let's build the table, and then we'll go back and cut this once we know exact measurements we need. Okay, so now that I got these pieces cut, the next thing I need to do is weld them to the actual frame itself. I want the top of the boards to be flush with this. How I'm going to do that, achieve that, is I have this scrap piece of wood. I actually have a couple that are the same exact thickness as those boards. I'm going to stick them here in the corner here, make sure they're flush all the way around, clamp them in, and once they're clamped in and they're where I want them, I'm going to put the piece underneath here, tack weld it in various spots, and then come back after I'm done and weld the whole thing. And then once I have all 5 of these pieces on, the next step is going to be to drill the holes in to secure the boards. And then before I put the boards on, I am going to add some square feet to the bottom of the tubes. So like 3x3 pieces of this sheet metal I'm going to add to the bottom of the feet, just weld it on so that they have a little bit more stability. Then we can screw the boards on and should be good to go.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night, try to catch me howling at the moon. Up to my chin, won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it, many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't.
Okay, the paint is dry. I actually applied 2 coats of paint. The next step, since we got everything built and basically done, is assemble time. So instead of assembling it in here, I'm going to take it out to our deck and assemble it on there, just so it's a little lighter and easier to move around. So let's get it out to the deck, get it assembled, and we'll be done with the patio table. Alright, here's the table all completed. This is a really easy project, a lot easier than I thought. It's not a whole lot in material either, it's just metal, wood, and some screws. I don't really think I would do anything differently. I really like how this table turned out. I'm really happy with it. So obviously the next thing I'm gonna have to do is build some chairs for it, so look for that in a future video. But that's it. There's not a whole lot to it. If you guys have any questions about it, hit me up in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Until next time, guys, I'm Lane from Maker's Lane. You guys have a good one.